Okay, so, are you Nicholas Elliott?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Elliott, if you please raise your right hand for me, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down and grab that mic and push it up. It's a boom mic, so it's for short people like me and taller folks like you, so it works for everybody.
Appreciate
All right. Mr. Elliott, you were on time for court today, I believe. Is that correct?
it. Yes, I was.
There we are. And did you hear the rights that are read out to the courtroom, and did you see that PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No.
You have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver that I'm holding up here. Do you recognize this document as the written version of those rights?
Yes, that's it.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes.
page 2,
Yes.
and is that your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it,
Yes.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Did you see on here that you have the right to have an attorney represent you,
Yes, I saw it.
and you're here representing yourself?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
No.
All right, do you want to represent yourself?
No. Well.
That's all right. I wasn't trying to throw you off to the side. So the question is, let me ask the question differently. That's okay.
Right, go ahead.
So do you understand that you have the right to ask for an attorney to represent you? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And right now you're standing here by yourself, which means at this moment, as of 10:24 a.m., you're representing yourself.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so my question is, do you want to keep going forward as you are at this moment, or do you want to talk to me about getting an attorney?
No, keep going forward.
Keep going forward. Okay, I knew we were there. We were just missing.
Yeah, it was.
It happens.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So don't give it a second thought. So,
Right, right.
Mr. Elliott, so we're about to do the same thing. Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial on your case?
Yes.
And do you understand that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, back to this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Are there any questions about anything on this document that I can answer for you before we pivot to the facts of your case?
No, it's not.
All right. Mr. Elliott, you were charged with reduced charge of speeding, 39 and a 25, and that you did so here in Spalding County back on July 16th of 2023. Did you do that? Did you operate your motor vehicle at the reduced speed of 39 and a 25 back on July 16th of 2023?
Well, that's what I was accused of.
Well, you were accused of speeding 47 and a 25.
Yeah.
And the state is offering to allow you to enter a guilty plea to
Yeah.
39 and a 25, so 14 over.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And you want me to accept this plea on that charge?
Yes.
Okay, I'm happy to do so. So Mr. Elliott, I'm going to put on the record now that you, with your admission of guilt, that there's enough for me to take your plea. I'm going to find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights and entering this plea.
Yeah.
I have reviewed the recommendation that you've negotiated, and I'm going to follow it exactly the way you've negotiated it. Are there any questions about anything that you can think of that I can answer for you before I sentence?
No, it's not.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Nicholas Elliott on 23 TK 3283 from September 16th of 2023. Count 1, speeding, 39 and 25. I'm going to find you guilty. It's 12 months probation. 2/17/20 is your fine. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days and allow you to participate in our 30 by 30 program.
Okay.
At which point you'll pay the $217.20 plus $30 in the next 30 days, and then your case will close. If you're not successful in that and your case requires probation, then 31 days from now your probation will begin, at which point you can, if you wish, work off your fine with community service work. It'll be 12 months of probation, show you valid license to probation, no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products. You'll be tested for those. Fourth Amendment waiver, $50 per month supervision fee, $25 intake fee, and it'll still close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court if you get that far. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Are there any questions about anything, Mr. Elliott, that I can answer for you before you go meet with sentencing enforcement?
No, it's not.
All right, Ms. Yarborough's gonna walk you out those double doors and have you go meet with Sentence Enforcement. Good luck to you. Be safe. Yes.
Lindsay Danielle Falanga.
Ms. Falanga, you are here today on 23 TK 4629, and according to my calendar, you are on time for court today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
You have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document as the written version of those rights I read out earlier?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes, sir.
page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it
Yes, sir.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Did you see on here, as well as hear me say, that you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir.
And you're here today representing
Yes,
yourself?
sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial and this case will be closed? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with one count of too fast for conditions, and that you did operate your motor vehicle on September 29th of 2023 in a manner that was too fast for the conditions of the road. Did you do that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to find with your admission of guilt that there's enough for me to take your plea. I'm going to find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation, and I'll follow it exactly the way it's been negotiated. Any questions for me?
No, sir, not today.
All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Ms. Flanga, on 23 TK 4629, too fast for conditions, I'm going to find you guilty. It's 12 months probation, 306 is your fine. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days so that you may participate in our 30 by 30 program. If you pay your fine in full plus $30 in the next 30 days, your case will close with no probation. If you're unsuccessful, no big deal, your probation will just simply start at 31 days, at which point you'll still be on terminate upon completion of probation, but at that point you may work off your fine with community service work if you wish. You will be required to show a valid license to sentence enforcement, have no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products. Fourth Amendment waiver, $50 per month supervision fee per case, $25 intake fee, and as I said a moment ago, your case will still close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Can I answer any questions for you about anything before you and I part ways?
No, sir, I'm good.
All right, Mr. Smith's gonna walk you out those double doors and have you meet with sentence enforcement.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Favors? All right, good morning.
Good morning.
If you will please raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down, say your full name for me.
Kenyatta Nicole Favors.
All right, and Ms. Favors, you're here on 23 TK 0070. And according to my calendar, you are on time for court, is that correct?
Yes.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom and see the PowerPoint up on the wall?
Yes.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
You have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document as the written version of those rights?
Yes.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes.
page 2?
Yes.
And is this your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
Yes.
And because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Favors, you have the right to have an attorney represent you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And you're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed? Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. Any questions about any rights or anything else so far before I pivot to the facts of your case?
No.
All right. Are you 21 years of age or older?
Older.
And have you used a NOLO on a no insurance charge in the last 5 years? Okay. Then are you asking me to accept your NOLO for driving that occurred here in Spalding County on December 21st of 2022 and resulted in this charge of operating a motor vehicle with no insurance?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to find that your request for a NOLO is proper, and I'm going to grant it. I'm going to find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights and entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation, and I'll follow it exactly the way you've negotiated it.
Okay.
Any questions for me before I sentence?
No, sir.
You ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Kenyatta Favors on 23 TK 70 from December 21st of 2022. Count 1, if no insurance. I'm going to grant you NOLO. It's 12 months probation, $735 is your fine. Now, I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days to allow you to participate in our 30 by 30 program. So if you pay your fine in full plus $30, then your case will close with no probation. 31 days from now, if you're unsuccessful in closing your case, don't panic. Your probation will just simply begin normally, at which point, oh, I need to say count 2 is dismissed. I missed that. Count 2 is dismissed. Thank you, Kathy. And then you'll need to show your valid license to probation. You can work off your fine with community service work at that point if you need to or you want to. Fourth Amendment waiver, no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products should be tested for those. $50 per month supervision fee, $25 intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision. Any questions about anything I can answer before we part ways?
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Favors, thank you very much. If you'll step out the double doors there.
Okay.
Howard? All right. Ms. Howard, if you'll please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, you'll take your hand out, state your full name for me.
Patricia Ann Howard.
All right, and Ms. Howard, you're here on 23 TK 5115. According to my calendar, you are on time for court today, is that correct?
Correct.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the entire PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes.
I'm holding up, any questions I can answer for you about those rights? I'm holding up the self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document as the written version of those rights I read out earlier?
Yes.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes.
page 2,
Yes.
and is this your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it,
Yes.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Ms. Howard, you have the right to have an attorney represent you, and you're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
And you have the right to a jury trial, and by entering this plea, there will be no trial. In this case, will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Ms. Howard, you are asking me for a NOLO, is that correct?
Correct.
Have you used a NOLO on any moving violation in the last 5 years?
No.
And are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes.
And are you asking me to accept this NOLO for driving that occurred here in Spalding County on October 22nd, 2023, and resulted in this charge of speeding 80 and a 55?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna find that your request for a NOLO is proper, and I'm gonna grant it. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I've reviewed the recommendation, and I'll follow it exactly the way you've negotiated it. Are there any questions I can answer for you so far before I sentence?
No.
All right, here we go. Patricia Howard, 23 TK 5115, from October 22nd of 2023. Count 1, speeding, 80 and a 55. I'm gonna grant your NOLO. It's 12 months probation, 602 is your fine. I'm gonna delay the start of your probation by 30 days to allow you to stay in our 30 by 30 program. So if you pay your fine in full plus the $30 program fee, your case will close with no probation. If you're unsuccessful in closing your case, don't panic. 31 days from now, your probation will just automatically start. At which point, you may then work off your fine with community service work if you need to. You will be required to show a valid license to probation, have no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products, and be tested for those. Fourth Amendment waiver, $50 supervision fee, $25 intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you satisfy those obligations if you get that far.
Okay.
You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Are there any questions I can answer for you about anything before you and I part ways?
No, sir.
All right, perfect. Well then, I'm gonna pass you off to Ms. Yarborough. She's gonna walk out those double doors.
Okay.
Good luck to you, ma'am. All right, the next case I have is Malcross. Back to page 1, it looks like third up from bottom, Cox. I also just signed a Malcross on Ms. Watkins, Ashley Watkins. She had a speeding 10 over, she had a family emergency, and the state was very kind to her. She had a genuine family emergency. Okay, that brings me to Shanti. All right, names are important. Let me see if I've got it. No, I'm so sorry. Teach me.
Okay, Janta Buddha. Janta Buddha.
Shanta Bhuta.
Yes, sir.
Shanta Bhuta. Oh, I'm sorry that I'm messing your name up. Names
That's
are-
no problem.
Well, names are important, so. Shanta Bhuta. Got it?
Yes, sir.
You correct me if I'm doing it wrong. These names are important. All right, Mr. Shanta Bhuta, you're here on 23 TK 4212. And according to my calendar, you are on time for court today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No, sir.
Mr. Shanta Bhuta, You have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. And do you recognize this document as the written version of those rights?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes, sir.
page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it
Yes, sir.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Are there any questions I can answer for you about anything on this document?
No, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir.
And you are here representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial and this case will be closed?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have you used a NOLO on a suspended license in the last 5 years?
No, sir.
And do you want to use the NOLO for driving that occurred here in Spalding County on September 7th, 2023 and resulted in this charge of driving on a suspended license?
Yes, sir.
All right, and it's my understanding that you're unable to get your license reinstated, is that correct?
Yes, sir, because of my green card status right now still, I put it in for a new green card, because I have the old one that's back in 1980. So
Okay.
they want me to update that. I didn't know that until,
That's fine, and the reason why I was asking is we normally require people to get their license, but I'm not gonna require you to get your license back on your
yes, sir.
case.
Thank you.
Because I can't ask you to do something that you can't do. All right, so, perfect, this all lines up then. I'm gonna find that you're, again, knowingly and voluntarily entering and intelligently entering this plea, and I'm gonna follow the recommendation. Do you have any questions before sentence?
No, sir.
All right, here we go. Count 1, suspended license on 23 TK 4212. We grant you no loads, 11 months probation, $750 your fine. I've removed the license requirement. As long as you're on active probation, you'll not allowed to have any alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products. You'll be tested for those. $50 per month supervision fee, $25 intake fee. Then your case will still close the moment you satisfy your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Are there any questions I can answer for you about anything?
No, sir.
All right, then you will step with Mr. Phillips out those double doors and go meet with sentence enforcement. Thank you. All right, Watson, Hondo Watson. All right, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, if you will please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, if you'll take your hand down and say your full name for me.
Tandy Watson.
All right, Mr. Watson, you are here on 23 TK 4242. And according to my calendar, you are on time for court today. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom? And did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
I did.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
Mr. Watson, you have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document I'm holding up as the written version of those rights I read out earlier?
I do.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes.
page 2?
Yes.
Is that your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it
I did. Yes.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Did you see on here, as well as hear me say, that you have the right to have an attorney represent you
Yes.
and you're here representing yourself?
Correct.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial
Correct. Yes.
and that by entering this plea, there will be no trial and this case will be closed? Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Watson, you are charged with a reduced charge of operating your motor vehicle at a speed of 69 and at 55 here in Spalding County on September 6th of 2023. Did you do that?
Yes.
All right. I'm fine with your admission of guilt, but there's enough for me to take your plea on the reduced charge of speeding 69 and 55. I'm going to find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation and I'll follow it as you negotiated it. Do you have any questions for me about anything before I send this?
I do not.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Watson, on 23 TK 4242, from September 6th of 2023. Count 1, speeding, 69 and 55, guilty, 12 months. 232 is your fine. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days to allow you to participate in our 30 by 30 program, at which point you pay your fine in full plus $30 to participate in the program, and your case will close with no probation conditions. After 30 days, don't panic if you're not able to close it. Your probation will start automatically. At that point, you will be able to work off your fine with community service work if you wish. You will also be required to show a valid license to probation, to sentence enforcement. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products. You'll be tested for those. Fourth Amendment waiver, $50 per month supervision fee, $25 intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court. Again, that's only if you get that far in the process. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Any questions before we part ways?
When I pay that off tomorrow, I have to pay that probation fee also, right?
The $30.
The $30.
Not the full probation fee or the intake fee.
Okay.
That's why it's specifically a pretrial program.
Gotcha.
To give you, not pretrial, I'm so sorry. It's specifically a program to avoid those fees.
Gotcha.
So, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Watkins. All right, good morning. All right, do I have your name, Shakoria?
Mm-hmm.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
again, I'm Nagel. Smith is usually Smythe, so I'm the guy that messes everything up, and names are very important, so. All right, Ms. Watkins, will you please raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, take your hand up, state your full name for me.
Shakoria Watkins.
All right, Ms. Watkins, you're here on 23 TK 4696. And Ms. Watkins, according to my calendar, you were on time for court today, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Watkins, you have passed up to me the self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document as the written version of those rights I read out earlier?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes, sir.
page 2,
Yes, sir.
and is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it,
Yes, sir.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Did you see on here, as well as hear me say, that you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir.
And you're here representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand, did you hear me say, as well as read on here, that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. You are charged with one count of failure to yield, and you're asking me for a no-load plea. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes, sir.
And have you used a no-low in the last 5 years?
No, sir.
All right. And you want me to accept a no-low for driving that occurred here in Spalding County on October 5th of 2023 and resulted in this charge of failure to yield with an accident?
Yes, sir.
Okay? I'm going to find that your request for a no-low is proper, and I'm going to grant it. I'm going to find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation, and I will follow it. Do you have any questions for me about anything before I sentence?
No, sir.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Watkins, on 23 TK 4696 from October 5th of 23, count 1, failure to yield with an accident, I'm going to grant your no-low request. It's 12 months of probation. 306 is your fine. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days to allow you to participate in our 30 by 30 program. So if you pay your fine in full plus $30, your case will close with no probation conditions. If you're not successful, don't panic. It just starts automatically 31 days from then, or from now, and at which point you can work your fine off with community service work if you wish, but you will be required to show a valid license to the Sentence Enforcement Office, to have no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products, and be tested for those. $50 per month supervision fee, $25 per month intake fee, and that's the sentence of court. Your case will still close the moment you satisfy your obligations, if you get that far.
Okay.
Are there any questions I can answer for you about anything before you and I part ways?
No, sir.
All right. Well, Ms. Watkins, best of luck to you. You be safe, and Mr. Phillips is gonna walk you out to the double.
Thank you.
All right, West. All right, please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
Davon West, or Davon Kyrie West.
All right, and Mr. West, you were here today on 23 TK 5205, and according to my calendar, you were on time for court today, is that correct?
Yes.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the entire PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No.
You passed up to me the self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document as the written version of those rights I read out earlier?
Yes.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes.
page 2,
Yes.
and is that your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it
Yes.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Did you see on here, as well as hear me say, that you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes.
And you're here representing yourself?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial and this case will be closed? Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. Mr. West, this works. All right, you're charged with speeding 69 to 55. Did you operate your motor vehicle at that speed here in Spalding County on October 26th of 2023?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna find with your admission of guilt, there's enough for me to take your plea. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I'll review the recommendation and I'll follow it exactly the way you've negotiated.
Yes.
Any questions about anything that I can answer for you?
No.
You ready? All right, here we go. Dalen West, 23 TK 5205, from October 26th of 2023. Speeding 69 to 55, I'm gonna find you guilty. It's 12 months probation, 232 is your fine. I'm gonna delay the start of your probation by 30 days to allow you to participate in our 30 by 30 program. If you pay your fine in full plus $30, your case will close with no probation conditions. 31 days from now, if you're unsuccessful in closing your case, don't panic, your probation will just begin automatically. At which point, you may work off your fine with community service work if you wish. But you will be required to show a valid license to probation, to sense enforcement, to have no illegal drugs, alcohol, or hemp products, to be tested for those, to have a $50 per month supervision fee, and a $25 intake fee. And your case will still close the moment you satisfied your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you want to use those habeas rights. Now, can I answer any questions for you about anything before we part ways?
No.
All right, I'm gonna pass you off to Mr. Smith, and he's gonna walk out the double doors. All right, let's work our way through the rest of y'all. Let me print a document, and while I'm doing that, could I please have Isaiah Harrison step forward? Give me just a quick second, I gotta print a form for you to sign, and we'll talk it through. All right, if you'll please raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you will state your full name for me.
Isaiah Maurice Harrison.
All right, Mr. Harrison, you are here today on 23 TK 4363, and you are charged with one count of speeding, 74, and a 55. How old are you?
21.
All right, Ms. Scarborough, if you will put that in front of him. All right, Scarborough is passing up a document that I've just filled out. If you'll take a look at it, is that your name at the top?
You're missing the A in my name. I have 2 A's.
Well, then we need to fix that everywhere. Tell me how to spell your first name.
ISAIAH.
Okay, go ahead and just fix it. He can fix it. Just use your best grade school handwriting and fix it at the top. And that'll let us know that we need to fix it in our database.
Spit it out.
All right, perfect. So let's review this together. Do you see where it says, "I am the defendant in this matter"?
Yes, sir.
And I voluntarily, knowingly, and intelligently waive my rights to, number 1, formal arraignment. Number 2, a jury trial. Number 3, an attorney. And I wish to represent myself at bench trial. I plead not guilty to the charges below, and I demand a bench trial. And then you'll see I wrote on there, speeding, 74 and 55. Is that all correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want me to do with your case?
I'm pleading guilty.
Okay. Oh, you want to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Then let's do this. Let's just have him have a seat. Well, actually, I guess he's got to go fill out the form.
You got his ticket.
Yes, I did. Okay, well then never mind with that.
Okay, sorry.
He said bench trial.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I get it.
You paid the 232.
Second time is the charm. All right, let's start with Harkevius McClendon. Come on up, please. All right, please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna start differently with yours. You asked for a bench trial. You're charged with speeding, 46 and a 30, no proof of insurance, suspended registration. What do you want me to do? Do you want to have a conference with the solicitor's office and try to resolve your case, or do you want me to put you down for a trial? Or do you have any questions?
Yeah, I like to plead no longer. I haven't done in 5 years for the no insurance.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you have a quick conference with the state, so just grab a seat and, is this okay, Mr. Shep?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you'll grab a seat, they'll talk to you in just a minute, because you have a couple of moving parts and they're gonna wanna figure those out with you. All right. LaDeja Terrell. All right, if you're raise your hand. Do it. Yeah. Hey, I'm just giving them all to you. Thank you. All right, sorry, you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, take your hand down. I wrote down at counter call that you wish to have a bench trial. You have one seatbelt violation and one child restraint law violation. Do you want to have a bench trial, or do you want to see about resolving your case? Or do you have any questions I can answer for you?
No, I would like a bench trial.
You'd like a bench trial, okay. So, I do need to state, just to be very careful, that you are asking for a bench trial, and that is proper. But I need you to know that 2 things apply to your case. So neither of your charges allow for probation for their sentences. They're both fine only. Which means that what we're gonna have to do is two things. Number one, I know you're asking for a bench trial, but I just need to make it very clear and put on the record that no jury trial is allowed in this case. The other thing I need to put on the record is that no, you have no right to an attorney because there's no possibility of jail time on this case. And so you've not asked for an attorney. Again, I'm just being very careful in putting on the record that there's no jury trial allowed and you have the right to an attorney, you just don't have a right to the public defender's office. Okay, then let me fill out this bench trial form.
McClendon.
All right, so I've written, I've got that form there, talks about these things and that you understand that they're not available to you. And it asks for a bench trial, so if you'll sign where it says defendant, and you see where I wrote your two charges on there, count one is the seatbelt violation and count two is the child restraint law. Is that all correct?
That's correct.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is have you return here to the courtroom on, so if you'll just give that to Jim. Appreciate it. All right, so what I'm gonna do with your case is, have you return here to the courtroom on Monday, February 26th. Monday, February 26th for your bench trial. We'll call the calendar again that morning, figure out who's here, what's up, what are we gonna do? And then we'll figure out where we're gonna try your case. You need to plan on being here for the week. That's the commitment. But of course, as soon as we resolve your case, we'll release you. So if you wish to pay your citation between here and there, you may. If you do choose to pay it and close it, then you'll be released from the hearing on the 26th. There's no pressure for me on that one. I just want to let you know that that's what's going on. So can I answer any questions? We don't normally see a lot of bench trials in this one, so I just want to make certain that we honor what you're trying to get, because there might be another way to sort this out. So you just would like to have a trial where you have your day? Well, then I can certainly do that, if that is okay, and I'm happy to give you a bench trial. Okay, anything else?
No, sir.
All right, then you're free to go. I'll see you on the 26th at 9 a.m. All right, thank you.
Mr. Terrell?
Yes,
Thank you.
top of the page.
Yes.
All right, so let me circle back to the beginning here. All right, can I please see Ronnie Cheshire? All right, would you please raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down and state your full name for me.
Ronnie Dale Cheshire.
Mr. Cheshire, you're here on 23 TK 4020, and when I called the calendar this morning, I heard you say that you wanted a jury trial. Do you still want to move forward with the jury trial, or do you want to explore some of those other options before we do that?
I think I'll just want the jury trial.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. As you saw, I've had a couple of folks come up and tell me something different, so I've learned to just ask that question. I learned and then forgot, and then learned again to ask that question as we get started. All right, give me just a second. I'm gonna pull up your paperwork here. You have one charge, one count of failure to yield right of way with an accident. Okay, so what's about to happen, Mr. Cheshire, is all right, you have two options for me to do this next part that I need to do, and it's up to you. You just tell me which one you want to do. Because you want a jury trial and not a bench trial, the state will be filing what's called an amended accusation. And what that is, I'm gonna put up on the screen here your ticket. And you'll see why. So right now, what we have in the system is just this ticket from the Griffin Police Department. For a bench trial, that's perfectly fine. I know how to read these things. I've been reading officers' handwritings for 2.5 decades, and frankly, my handwriting's pretty terrible, so I'm really skilled at it. But I can't put this ticket in front of a jury. So the state is gonna file what's called an amended accusation, which puts this into a written version that the jury can read as a question. So you have two options. You can either come back after they filed it, probably tomorrow, and I can serve it on you, or you can just know that when you come back, this will be in a written version, and then I'll see you back here on the 26th. So do you want me to formally give you your written copy of the question with the paragraph form tomorrow, or do you want to just come back on the 26th and see it then?
If it's just gonna be the same charge, I'll just do it on the 26th.
Yeah, that's what they do. Again, all they're doing is putting this into a format that I can give to a jury. So it's written up like a question for them to answer. So, and they very rarely change the charges, and if they do, we'll address that when we get to it. So, okay. All right, well then, I'm actually going to not have you sign anything then, since I don't have it with me. But I'll have you sign that on the 26th when you get here. It'll be ready for you. Actually, I could go ahead and have you sign that. Let me just- Yeah, that would actually work. All right, so are you planning on representing yourself at this trial?
Yes, sir.
You still have the right to an attorney, which means that if you wish to hire one and bring one with you to represent you, you can do that. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. He didn't want to take the case.
Okay. Well, I just want to make certain you knew that you had that option. All right, what I'm doing is I'm printing your verdict form. You just have the one charge. And what I'm do is, as soon as they file the written version of that amended accusation, it's called an amended accusation, I will attach it to the back of this one, and when you come back, that will be the document the jury uses in your trial.
Yes, sir.
Right. All right, so if you'll take a look at that document there in front of you, you're gonna need to sign it, so you'll need to move your jacket off there. It says, do you see where it says, "I'm the defendant in this matter,
Yes, sir.
and I knowingly, freely, and voluntarily waive formal arraignment as well as the right to counsel at my jury trial. I'm pleading not guilty to the charge below, and your charge that will be attached will be failure to yield the right of way with an accident, and I demand a jury trial." If that's what you want to do, please sign where it says defendant. And again, you'll get to inspect this document again before your trial, because it'll have and you'll get a copy of that document yourself. All right, do you have any questions for me?
I think I'm good, Your Honor.
All right, I'll see you back here on the 26th at 9 a.m. sharp, not 9:01, 9 a.m. We got a lot of ground to cover that day, and I have no intentions of sitting around while people be late. Okay?
I'll be here on time.
All right, we'll see you there on the 26th, 9 a.m. here in this courtroom.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, that takes care of Commissioner. Kelsey Hammett.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna place you under oath. You ready? That's all right, you don't have to raise your right hand. You're holding on to your pen there. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about giving this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. And please state your full name for me.
Kelsey Hammer.
Mr. Hammond, you were here today on 23 TK 3284. You're charged with one count of speeding, 69 and a 55. And I have a note here that you want jury trial. Do you want me to move you forward towards a trial, or do you want to explore other options to resolve the case?
Jury trial, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna fill this out real quick. Your case is the same as the gentleman before you, which is that all I have in your file is the citation. And so the state will be filing what's called an amended accusation, which takes your 69 and a 55 citation and turns it into a question for the jury to answer. You have two options. You can either come back tomorrow and I can serve that on you formally in the courtroom, or you can just know that when you come back here on the 26th, that document will be waiting for you. And it's the same charge, it's just a different format that a jury can use better. Do you understand that? So do you want to come back tomorrow and see the question on the table, or do you just want to see it when you come back on the 26th?
Can I get a lawyer?
Well, that's your call.
Because I don't quite understand consent or accept.
Okay, here, why don't you grab a seat?
You're at 14, never mind, don't go on your insurance. You understand that?
Like you said, I don't understand or.
Okay, let's go off record and y'all can talk just for a quick second. All right, if you will please raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
Isaiah Maurice Harrison.
Mr. Harrison, you're here on 23 TK 4363. You're here on time for court. We talked a little bit a few minutes ago, and you ended up working out a resolution with the state to close your case. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right, so did you hear the rights I read out this morning when I first sat down? And did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Harrison, you have passed up to me this self-represented defendant playwrights waiver. Do you recognize this document as the written version of those rights?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2? Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time you needed to review it,
Yes, sir.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Harrison, you have the right to have an attorney represent you, and you're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Harrison, you are charged with 1 count of speeding, 69 and a 55, and that you did here in Spalding County back on September 5th of 2023, operate your motor vehicle at a speed of 69 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone. Did you do that?
I believe that was back on Jackson Road.
I just have it as here in Spalding County. Let me see where it says on the ticket, if that is important to you. Yeah, Jackson Road and Bailey Jester. I just have here in Spalding County.
Yes, sir. I'll be ready then.
All right, then I'm gonna find that with your request to enter a guilty plea, that there's enough for me to take your plea. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights and entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation and I will follow it. Any questions before I sentence?
No, sir.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Harrison, on 23 TK 4363, count 1 speeding, 69 to 55, I'm gonna find you guilty. It's 12 months probation, 232 is your fine. I'm gonna delay the start of your probation by 30 days to allow you to participate in our 30 by 30 program. If you pay your fine in full plus $30, you will be able to close your case with no probation conditions. After 30 days, your probation will start automatically if your case is still open. At which point you can, if you want to, work off your fine with community service work, but you will be required to show a valid license to probation. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or drug products should be tested for those. $50 per month supervision fee, $25 intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to court.
Yes, sir.
You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision. You have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Any questions that I can answer for you, Mr. Harrison, about anything before you and I part ways?
Where and how do I pay?
So there, you're about to go meet with the people who you work that out with.
Okay.
So you're about to get that answer in about 60 seconds.
Okay.
That's a good question though. So,
That'll be all.
all right, thank you very much. All right, let me talk to Mr. McCrary really quick while I. Okay, so just to say this out loud, I just reached out. I just clicked over onto the virtual system and Ms. McCrary is gone. So. I know what I'm thinking I'm about to do. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, yeah, no. All right, so as far as Ms. McCrary goes, I'm gonna put on the record that she initiated the process to report virtually. My office followed up with her, but she never followed up and finished the process and never received permission to report virtually. She reported this morning virtually. None of us knew she was coming virtually this morning because she didn't have permission. Her internet connection was poor. We had to repeat ourselves several times to get connected. I finally just set her aside and said I would come back to her. It's 11:22, and for the record, had she been sitting in the courtroom, she would still be sitting in the courtroom. I have no idea why she's not there now. I certainly didn't give her permission to remove herself from the courtroom. And if she's not connected because she has bad internet, that's another reason why the answer was no. So, or it wasn't no, there was never an answer because she never followed up with the process. So, if the state has a motion, I will grant it for bench warrant. So,
Yeah, we'll move her a bench warrant.
okay, that is granted. So this is a very simple process. You send an email, you answer Mr. Hope's questions, you get permission, and then you report. So, all right, that's it. She's welcome to report in person, but as of this moment, she is a bench warrant. All right, one more piece on that one. Mr. Hope just checked his email just to see if there was some sort of update, and there is nothing in his email, although they have previously swapped several emails. While not completing what she was supposed to do. All right, stands as it is. Would you like to sit down?
No, sir, I need to stretch.
Okay, well, just
I have hip replacement.
have your hip replaced.
Yeah.
All right, lean to that mic so I can hear you okay. You don't have to take your mask off. If you just lean to the mic, it'll get loud. You can move it around. Mr. Phillips has it for you. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna remind you that you're still under oath. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you got a little turned around when we first started talking, so let you have a conference with the state. And it's my understanding that after that conference, you declined the offer and you still wish to have a jury trial. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so do you understand that the state is now going to file what's called an amended accusation? Which means that they're going to take the ticket that's on the table that I can use for a bench trial, and they're going to turn it into a question in paragraph form for the jury to answer. So they're going to write it out so that it reads as a question instead of just a ticket. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think so.
Okay. If you have any questions, you ask me, because the whole goal here is for me to pass this information along to you so that you feel confident that you understand what's going on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm about to have you sign your verdict form, which, am I correct that you wish to represent yourself?
No, sir. I need a lawyer, because I stated earlier with a record I need to understand or anything.
Okay, well, you haven't asked me for an attorney before this moment. You didn't ask me for one when I put it up on the wall. Why are we?
I didn't understand at all. That's what I'm telling you now. Don't understand at all. I really don't.
You don't understand that you have, do you? Okay.
I just thought I had a right to a jury and an attorney. That's all. I didn't
You do.
quite fully understand everything you were saying.
So I put up on the wall,
Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't quite understand it.
and one of the options was for you to say attorney.
It screwed me up, so I didn't quite get it all.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I mean, I don't show where you asked me for an attorney at your arraignment date either. I have that you showed up late and asked for a jury trial.
I went to the wrong courtroom and they gave me a form and said, come back.
Right? And you signed that form, correct?
I think so.
I'm gonna put it up on the wall so we can review it together. And Mr. Hammock, I'm not trying to pick on you, I just feel like the court has done what we're supposed to do to make sure we avoid this exact scenario. So if you'll look up at the screen, please. Is that your name?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Are those your initials?
Yes, sir.
Is this your address.
Yes, sir.
And it tells you to come to court today. And I'm gonna read the last paragraph out loud so it's clear on the record. It says, "It is my responsibility to hire an attorney or apply for the public defender ASAP. The public defender's office is located at that time 126 North Hill Street. They're now at 430 something South Hill Street, a couple blocks away. Griffin, Georgia 30223. Their phone number is the same, 678-688-8296. Did you call the public defender's office?"
Yeah, but no answer. They haven't been calling me back.
Okay. Did you go to their office?
No, I haven't had a ride. They been taking messages, Singleton, Carver, CAR.
Yes, that's Kara Clark. She's
Yeah.
not the public defender. She's
That's
a
who
private
they are.
attorney here, and they're very good at what they do, but they're not the public defender.
That's who they assigned me to.
Okay? That does not make any sense. They are not the public defender.
Miss Samira Napar, Miss Samira Napar at the public defender's office, the black lady, said that's my new attorney.
Do you have felonies upstairs or something?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, that's what we're talking about here.
Miss Samira Napar.
Yeah, you're,
She said that was my new attorney, over a month or so ago, and I've been calling to, and she never returned my call, I haven't spoken to her or nothing.
yes.
She ain't,
You're talking about the felony trafficking in cocaine case.
I don't know, they just said it was my lawyer, I don't know.
23 R 688A. That trial is set for February 26th at 9 a.m. But I'm gonna pull rank and we're gonna try your case down here first. So, okay, your request for more time to get an attorney is denied. I brought you into this courtroom. I talked to you about the public defender's office. I had you sign a document that says you had the right to have the public defender's office. I told you where I wanted you to go. I gave you the phone number I wanted you to do. I'm sorry that you have multiple cases in multiple courts, but I was very clear about what I wanted you to do. You did not ask for an attorney with me at your arraignment date. You did not ask for an attorney with me when I called your case at first. You clearly understand the importance of an attorney because you did take those steps. With the felony case that is highly likely going to carry prison time if you do get it. And both of these cases are set for trial. So the short answer is that your request for more time to get an attorney is denied. You're stuck with me, and we're gonna try your case on the 26th to a jury, and we're gonna get it resolved so that you can go focus on your trafficking and cocaine case upstairs. I will say right now that if these cases had appeared in reverse order, so if you had gotten this case first and then that trafficking case second, I would revoke your bond right now. But I don't have that authority because they happened in the opposite order. My case came second, so I can't put you in jail, but I need you to know that I absolutely would do that. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this thing up that says that I am setting you for trial over your objection. You're welcome to go talk with Ms. Clark. She is an excellent attorney. She knows exactly what she's doing. Tell her that I denied your request for continuance and I said we are resolving this case.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Kelsey Hammond, you are, I'm putting you down for trial with me on the 26th at 9 a.m. You are to report here first. I will speak with Judge Coker and I will let him know that I'm calling rights to call you first while he does other things. We're gonna try your case and we're gonna get you finished.
Thank you.
You can either, are you gonna come back tomorrow to have me serve you with that amended accusation? Or do you waive your right to have that served on you, until the 26th?
I have to come back. If I don't come back, will I get arrested?
Nope. No, I'm just asking you if you wanna see that document before the 26th. That's all I'm asking.
Will I get a copy of it
You'll get a copy of it on the 26th, or when you come back.
if I come back tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, when'll be a good time?
Not, you'll be here for at the 9 a.m. calendar. I'm putting you on the calendar to be arraigned on the new act. Is that enough time for y'all?
Yes.
Okay, so, all right, I will see you, so sign that document, and I will see you here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Now, as you've asked me to arraign you, if you don't show up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., I now will issue an arrest warrant. Do you understand that? I'm asking you if you want to waive it, and you're saying no. And so I'm telling you, you're saying you must be served with it, and I have to serve you with it 10 days before trial. Friday is 10 days before trial, which means if you don't show up tomorrow, I can't serve it on you within the 10 days. And so I'm just communicating very clearly that all I'm asking you to do is what you're telling me you want to do. All I'm asking you to do is what you're telling me you want to do, which is show up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
No, I asked if I did. I didn't say I was going to show up. I asked
Okay,
you.
well, you need to pick.
I don't know. That's why I'm confused.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and if you don't show up, I'm gonna have you arrested. This is the easiest, if you're not gonna pick, I have to pick for you. And my only option to pick is to bring you back tomorrow morning.
What about the 20?
Yes, you'll come back the 26th as well. So sign that document, come back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. That's all I need you to do at this moment. And go see Kara Clark. The best thing you can do after you walk out of this courtroom is to go straight to Kara Clark's office. They are great attorneys, they know exactly what to do, and they will be able to tell you what to do to navigate your way through this. Will you, remind me to call this case tomorrow morning at 9? I will not remember. Okay,
Tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., but you need to go today to Dwayne Singleton's office and go see Kara Clark.
Thank you, sir.
You understand? I'm ordering you to go to their office and go see them today.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, go do that
Be back here tomorrow.
at 9 a.m.
All right, thank you.
See your lawyer today, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Miss. No, I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. What was your name? There it is. All right, Ms. Smith. What do you want me to do with your case?
I wanna move forward with a jury trial.
All right, sounds great. So, are you wanting to represent yourself at your trial?
Yes.
So, same thing, because it's going to a jury trial instead of a bench trial, the state needs to file what's called an amended accusation, which is putting your question from that citation form that you got on the side of the road into a question form that the jury can answer. And so, you can do one of two things. You can either come back tomorrow morning for me to formally arraign you on that amended accusation, which will say that you did, very likely say that you did here in Spalding County, operate your motor vehicle at a speed of 53 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone. Or you can waive your right to be arraigned on that, and I'll just see you here on the 26th, and I'll give you a copy of it then.
I'll waive my rights.
Okay, then no problem at all. When you come back here on the 26th, we will give you a copy of that to have with you. And again, it'll just be the written version of what's already on the ticket.
Yes, sir.
So nothing, yeah, if it does change, I will give you more room to figure out what you want to do.
Okay, thank you.
But they don't, so far they haven't changed it when they filed this. All right, so, let me get you to sign this and then I'll see you back here on the 26th.
Thank you.
All right, so you see where that says, did I get your name correctly there?
Yes, sir.
You see where it says, I'm the defendant in this matter?
No, that's not correct.
What is wrong with it?
It's SHAQUANA.
Okay, I have it in our database as SHAQUARNA.
No.
Okay, tell me again. How about this? You mark out what I wrote and
Okay.
you write your name at the top and then we'll fix it.
Okay.
And when we have you come back, we'll make sure you bring your license with you or an ID.
I have them right now.
So, okay, that'd be great. If you'll make a copy of that before she goes. So the bailiffs will make a copy of your license for me and then we'll get it corrected.
Okay.
We're working on having these come over digitally, but we haven't quite got there yet. We still have to hand it.
Okay, no problem. Sorry.
It's all right.
All right, so you saw that it says, here you go. So the way your trial will look, the jury will be asked two questions. They'll be asked to look at number one, whether they find you guilty or not guilty of the general charge of speeding. And then count two will be, or option two for them will be if they choose to find a lower speed, they may. But if they choose not to, then I will accept, if they find you guilty and they don't change it, then the verdict will be at the original speed. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay, all right, so if you'll hand that to Mr. Taylor, we'll pass over there, I'll take a look at it goes over to them. And we will serve you on the 26th with the amended accusation. Do you have any questions for me before you and I part ways?
No, sir,
All
thank
right,
you.
thank you very much, I'll see you here on the 26th at 9 a.m. sharp.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry, sorry.
all right, Clendon? All right, if you please raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
Archivius McClendon.
All right, Mr. McClendon, you are here today on 23 TK 3540. You originally asked for a bench trial, but then after speaking, you said that you wanted to negotiate a plea, and it looks like you have successfully negotiated that plea. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You were here on time for court today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom and see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
You have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize it as the written version of those rights I read out earlier?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that they needed to review it
Yes, sir.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have the right to have an attorney represent you and you're here representing yourself, is that correct?
Correct.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial and this case will be closed? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Did you, oh no, NOLOs. Are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes, sir.
Have you used a NOLO on anything in the last 5 years?
No, sir.
And are you asking me to accept a NOLO as to count 1 on this moving violation of speeding 46 and a 30 from July 26th of 2023?
It was on the no insurance.
Well, okay, so this is what I was asking is those are technically, I don't get into this in the opening, but there's actually 5 different types of NOLOs. They're really confusing. You're lucky in that I can do NOLOs on both of your charges if you want them.
Yeah.
But I don't know that you would want to use a NOLO on this moving violation with 16 over. That's your call. But the insurance, yes, because that'll save your license.
Yes, sir, we can do both, it's fine.
Both, okay.
Yes, sir.
So do you want to use your NOLA for driving that occurred here in Spalding County on July 26, 2023, and result in this charge of speeding, 46 and a 30,
Yes, sir.
as well as count 2, the no insurance charge?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna find that your request for NOLA on each of your 2 charges is proper, and I'm gonna grant it. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights and entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation, and I will follow it as it's been. Actually, there's no termination on here. Is this supposed to be all the way through, or do you want it to be 30? It's
We're
usually.
okay with 30 for 30.
Okay, thank you for that. All right, then. Okay, the sentence of the court is as follows. On the speeding, 46 and a 30, granting the NOLO is 12 months probation, 158 is your fine. Count 2, no insurance, NOLO, 12 months, 454 is your fine. Count 3 is dismissed. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days to allow you a chance to pay your fine in full, plus $30 for the program fee to close your case with no probation. After 30 days, you will go on probation if your case is still open, at which point you may work off your fine with community service work if you wish, but you will be required to show a valid license to probation, to sentence enforcement. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products should be tested for those. Fourth Amendment waiver, $50 per month supervision fee, and a $25 intake fee. And your case will still close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Do you have any questions for me about anything before we part ways?
No, sir.
All right, well, thank you very much. I'm going to pass you off to Mr. Taylor, and he's going to walk you out of this double doors. All right, I'll talk to Ms. McCrary. She just showed back up. Let me tell you bad news. Ms. McCrary, I sent you an unmute request. Please approve that.
How do I approve it?
All right, Ms. McCrary, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Try that again. Are you there?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. Ms. McCrary, I've reached for your case several times today, and each time I've done that, you have not been in the virtual system.
My phone is dying. I was getting my kids. I had to get my daughter and my son.
Okay. Where are you located right now? Do you live here in Griffin, or do you live somewhere else? Do you live here in Griffin, or do you live somewhere else? I can't hear you, Ms. McCrary.
Oh my gosh. I say no, sir. I live in Albany, Georgia.
Okay. Ms. McCrary, this is not working for either of us. So I tell you what, your 2 options are, I can just plead you not guilty and I can see you here on the 26th. Or you can come in next Thursday, the 15th. You have something going on the 15th? Okay, so, or you can come in on the 15th, but the virtual is not working for either of us. I can barely hear you. You're breaking up every other time. And so your 2 options are you can come in person on the 15th, or you can come in person on the 26th.
Sir, that's kind of like why I asked you, could I do virtual? Because that's like 3 hours away from where I'm at.
Okay, well, the fact is you did not do what you were supposed to do to report virtually. Mr. Hope had questions for you that I directed him to ask you, and you never responded and answered any of those questions.
Actually, I'm sorry for cutting you off,
Yeah,
sir.
you're breaking up real bad. This is going to be a really ugly transcript.
Oh. I said that every question that he asked me, I answered them. Like I still have the emails.
Yes, I reviewed those emails this morning.
Virtual.
I reviewed those emails this morning. There was no response to his questions. So,
which questions were they?
Why do you need to report virtually was the last question he asked you, and it went blank, and that was on December.
Answer that question.
Yes,
and
this is not working.
Answered it. Then he was like, "Okay, well then, I grant you access to virtual or something like that."
Okay.
I can pull up the email.
Okay. Well, listen, this is not working. So, you can either come in on the 15th or the 26th, but this is not working. So, again, we keep talking over each other. I don't think you realize how bad your connection is. and how messy this conversation is from my perspective. My court reporter is looking at me like, what is going on here? So what do you want to do? Do you want to come and see me on the 15th or the 26th?
I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
I don't have a vehicle
Okay,
and
well, how
my
about we do this? You ready? You're gonna report to me virtually on the 15th. You're gonna go to the public library, you're gonna go sit next to their Wi-Fi router, and you're gonna have the best possible internet you can imagine. And if your system so much as glitches once, I'm gonna remove you from the system, and then your car gonna drive up here on the 26th. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will see you here virtually on the 15th. And you better have some pretty amazing internet connection, because if we have to do what we're doing today, I'm going to absolutely lose my patience. Fair enough?
Okay. Yes, sir, I got you. And I do apologize and I thank you so much. What time do I need to report? 9 o'clock?
Yes, 8:59 a.m. If you
Okay,
log
I
in,
got
if you log in early, I'm usually here and I will be happy to test the audio with you before court starts. So if you log in about like 8:45, I'll let you in and I'll test it with you. I do it all the time. But if you log in late and it doesn't work, that's your issue.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'll see you on the 15th virtually at 9 a.m. for your calendar call.
All right. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Thank you. All right. What else do y'all need from me? I've got, y'all are community service work.
Yes, sir.
What do y'all need? Come on up. What's your name?
My way.
Hold on. Let me mute her. She's not removing herself.
All I gotta do is report.
Okay. What's your name?
Jarvis Tate.
Tate? Oh, you came in late. Okay. Mr. Tate, how old are you?
17.
Am I correct? That's 13 over? Did I do that math right? Okay.
Yeah.
Your citation is not the kind of citation that goes on your driver's history. So it's 13 over, which means if you resolve your case, it will not be reported by the clerk of this court to, is this your mom behind you? So, okay. When we have people under 21 and they bring family, I sort of want to give them a chance. So what do you want to do with your case? Do you want to pay it and close it? You want a bench trial or a jury trial? What do you want to do? Or do you want a conference with the state?
Well, I did want to plead not guilty. But
Sorry?
I said I wanted to plead not guilty, but I'll probably just pay it.
Do you have the funds to pay your fine today?
No.
Okay. So do you want to resolve your case with a plea and give you a little bit of time to get that paid?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If y'all will have him sit right there and fill out a right sheet. And I can see that Ms. Tony is already filling out the sentence sheet. So, and what it's going to do is I'm going to take your plea in a way that gives you 30 days to try to get it paid without putting you on probation. So, but they're going to give you a right sheet I'd like you to fill out. And I normally have you fill out your information ahead of time, but we're not going to be able to do that today. Here is Ms. McClary's case. Will you make sure I got her to that? Throwing dates out there like